Welcome, Collective, to Timeless Energy. I'm Barbara. This is a general timeless reading. This is entertainment purpose only. If it does not resonate, please do not make it fit. Watch out for scammers in the comment section below. This is my disclaimer. It is not me. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and for your donations. I do PayPal. The information is available here and there. It's not hard to find. I have my rune oracles. We're trying to smudge here. This is all pre-smudged. I'll clear the energy a little bit here because I just had to stop everything and let the cat out. The rune oracles, we will pull one rune oracle at the beginning of the read, and then we will pull 3 cards for our timeless energy, and then we will go back to the rune that we pulled. Okay. Holy Spirit, guide me. We need a rune card. Holy Spirit, guide me. 1 rune card for timeless energy. Holy Spirit, guide me. 1 rune card for the timeless energy. 1 rune card for the timeless energy. 1 rune. 1 rune. I hope that we can be heard here because my voice isn't really loud. There we go. Okay, let's set these here. The rune oracles came up with now this. I might not have the pronunciation right, so bear with me. There is the card. If I'm mispronouncing it, please, by all means, send me a comment and let me know. Now this is a destitution, temperance, rune of necessity, constraint, pain. Has 2 faces, distress and deliverance. It is the vital and protective fire. Oh my, that is what we pulled. We're going to check that with the cards that we pull later. We're doing the 3 cards. 3 cards for timeless energy today. 3 cards for timeless energy. Just smudge these cards. Holy Spirit, guide me. Guide me. 3 cards for timeless energy today. 3 cards for timeless energy today. 3. Oops. Okay. I got the 4 of Swords. These are metallic cards. They're not easy to see real well. Okay. 1 more card here for the timeless energy today. Well, we need 2 more. Holy Spirit, guide me. 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 Oh. We have the Chariot. Like I said, we have the metallic cards. We're laying that right there. Okay, 1 more card for the timeless energy today. 1 more card for the timeless energy today. Thank you for your patience. Holy Spirit, guide me. 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 Timeless energy. 1 more card. Holy Spirit, guide me. Holy Spirit, guide me. Holy Spirit, guide me. Holy Spirit, guide me. Oh. on about the floor. 7 of Cups in the upright. Alright, let's see what we got. 4 of Swords, the Chariot, and the 7 of Cups. The 4 of Swords. This is rest, maybe after an illness. You're replenished. It can mean exile. It can mean retreat. It can mean temporary seclusion. It could also be abandonment. I'm kind of giving you a general idea of what all we're looking at, because fear, anxiety, being overwhelmed, being overloaded, needing solitude, needing rest, needing peace and quiet, meditation, regrouping. But it can also reflect illness from any of the above, leading to hospitalization. This can also mean introspection, planning for the future. So it's not just all negative. It's not all negative. The 4 of Swords is a Jupiter energy, and it's a Libra energy with the heart chakra. Yes. Pull up. I don't have everything right up at the top of my head. I do like to double check sometimes with the chakras. The heart chakra, you might have diverse interests, but you know what's right and you know what's normal. The Jupiter is an expansive energy. It can be positive. It could have abundance. A person with Jupiter in the right sign could, have a great deal of luck in gaming. But the Jupiter is expansive. That's the one we want to focus on, because you've got the Libra and you've got the Jupiter and you've got the heart. Okay. So you know what's right, you know what's normal. You're dealing with a Libra energy, which is balanced, diplomatic, and I'm looking at regrouping, needing solitude, being overwhelmed. Okay, these are sticking out. You need balance. You need to regroup. You're overwhelmed. You know what's right. You know what's not normal. You feel free to expand because you've got the Jupiter in this, which is wonderful. But can you expand if you're dealing with illness? Let's move on to the next card and see what the Chariot might have to add to the picture. The Chariot is also the heart chakra. Okay, so we're good with that. self-discipline, okay, overcoming obstacles. That's good. The Chariot is representative of the moon energy, so you could be lethargic, and that might be connected to possible, like, recovering from an illness. Maybe you're lethargic a little bit. It is an emotional energy with connected to inner self. Okay. The Chariot is a Cancer energy, which is also emotion. Cancer energy can be secretive. It's like dealing with an ostrich or crab, but you do have vivid imagination with a Cancer. You can be very sensitive with a Cancer. You can be very caring and affectionate with a Cancer. But with the moon energy, lethargic, you're overcoming obstacles, you have self-discipline, but there's a little bit of emotion there, and you're lethargic. Maybe you've had some turbulence. Maybe you're trying to regain your emotions. Maybe your mental overload, seeking solitude, your Libra balance, and the Jupiter expanding your need. Expanding your need for rest. Was it after an illness? Or is it rest after the illness of another person? But the energy of rest and solitude, and the energy of overcoming obstacles, the energy of feeling lethargic. With the Cancer in here, you could maybe be secretive. Now, I wouldn't take that in a bad way, because I just said the word lethargic. You're dealing with an illness, and somebody has recovered, and you need rest, and you're feeling tired. Well, if you just got done and over with the fear of someone else being ill, and you need rest, and you're feeling lethargic, and you're feeling emotional, you might actually be secretive about those feelings. So that would make sense, because the Cancer energy and the moon, inner self. Yes, the moon is emotional, and the moon flips your energy. We watch the moon, and I am always talking about the position of the moon when people change their perspective or the energy changes. It's the moon. But the moon can cause the lethargic, and this is an emotional reaction to your inner self. And the Cancer is emotional, and maybe a little bit secretive, because maybe there are people around you that you don't want to alarm, because you just got over the fear of maybe someone else being sick, or maybe you just went on overload and were overwhelmed and had to regroup because someone was hospitalized, or maybe the energy of Jupiter expanding with the heart. Heart and heart chakra, heart and heart chakra. Two heart chakras next to each other. And the heart chakra, you know what is right. You know what's normal. You wouldn't have to recover if you hadn't have been overwhelmed by something that maybe wasn't normal. That would make sense. The heart chakra says you're feeling that you're ready to make some kind of expansion, but the chariot is saying you're so tired. You need to rest. I am seeing something coming out of this. Let's check out our third card and see if we can add a little bit to clarify these two, or maybe the Seven of Cups is what we have here in the third card. Let's see what that brings us. The Seven of Cups is a Venus energy. Personal magnetism, sexual attraction, passion. It has a negative aspect as well. And people don't mention that very well, but the negative aspect of Venus could be hostility or maybe ill will. But we don't want to focus on the negative energy if we can avoid it. The Venus energy in a Seven of Cups would be what you most value in your life. This is a Scorpio energy. A Scorpio energy. Well, a Scorpio energy can be secretive too. But a Scorpio energy can be tender and devoted. It could be vindictive or self-absorbed. It can be the energy of lacking in confidence. And where would the solar plexus? Solar plexus, prioritizing your health over superficial interests. So, solar plexus, body and mind align, again, and health, we're stressing the health. The Seven of Cups, you have opportunities. This heart chakra said you're ready. You're ready for those opportunities. You're ready for those opportunities. And the Seven of Cups says you have lots of opportunities. But this is a wishful thinking, dreaming type of card. I mean, your imagination is running wild. Wishful thinking is strong in this. Unrealistic, foolish whims. Maybe you're having illusions about how successful you are in this card. Chariot energy, you want. You're ready to move on with challenges. But you're lethargic and you're tired. This here, daydreaming and wishful thinking. Daydreaming and wishful thinking. You might have passion. You're not lacking in self-confidence, but you're self-absorbed and you're daydreaming and you're wishful thinking. Your wishful thinking is caused by not procrastination, because you had multiple choices. You're wishful thinking and you're daydreaming because you want to overcome obstacles. You want a victory in overcoming obstacles. But you're tired. You're very tired. And you're being secretive. You're being secretive. You're being secretive. 2 cards in a row that says you're being secretive. You're exhausted. And you're not telling anybody how tired you are. You've had adversary here. You've had fear. You've had mental overload. You're trying to regroup. Maybe somebody was hospitalized. There was possible illness here. There was anxiety. You're pulling in to get the rest and relaxation that your body needs because you're exhausted. And even though you're feeling with this energy like you can overcome obstacles, you're determined, you have plans or things that you want to do. You can overcome these obstacles, but you're living in a fantasy. You're living in a fantasy because you're exhausted. You've been overwhelmed with fear and anxiety or illness, and you haven't recovered yet. You're still trying to recover, and in this energy, Venus. You have the personal magnetism to pull it off. You have the power to attract. But you're a little bit on the self-absorbed kind of illusion, fantasy side here. Energy of the fantasy side here, because, hey, what you want isn't always exactly what happens, to be honest with you. Your personal magnetism says, I can do it, I can do it. But we just got over an illness. We just had to recover. And go into ourselves because we're exhausted. I don't think I can see anything else. It can be a card of meditation. It can be a card of meditation. Or it doesn't change the situation too much, because you have plans and goals. This is plans and goals, but it can be a card of meditation. You have plans and goals. But you started off with being overwhelmed. You started off with needing to regroup. You started off with illness and hospitalization. Planning for the future is actually in here, and you have goals that's actually in here. And your heart chakra and heart chakra, followed by heart chakra. Your 2 heart chakras in a row. You know what's right. And you know the way things are supposed to be. We're not blowing smoke here, or we're trying to be realistic. Your fantasy does not mean that the goals that you have are a big fantasy. It just means that you were just overwhelmed here and that you need to rest. You're exhausted. And yes, you have goals. You have goals. But you're exhausted. You're exhausted due to what started with what was either an illness or a hospitalization. And getting over the anxiety and needing the rest because you're exhausted. And yes, you still have goals, and this is a fantasy energy. Your goals are not a fantasy. Getting out there right now to achieve those goals might be a little bit of a fantasy. So let's look at our rune card. Destitution and temperance. Rune of necessity, constraint, pain. Two faces, distress and deliverance. Vital and protective, fire. This situation, it looks like it requires a little bit of temperance. It does have two faces. What you just dealt with and what you want to do. But it says here, temperance. You might be destituted about it, but it does say temperance. Which basically, you need to maintain a balance. With the Libra energy always sticking out here in the card, you've got two heart chakras. You know what's right. Your gut feeling will tell you what's right. For your own personal situation, you know what's right. You've got two heart chakras telling you straight up with the situation that you're dealing with. You know what's right. And you need to have some balance. You need to be temperate about it. You might have goals. You might be in a form of destitution. Oh my God, the world is going to end if I can't do this right now. No. There's always going to be another opportunity. The world is not going to end if you can't do this right now. Whatever it is. Just need to keep in mind that the recovery and everything that you just went through and the moving forward, you need balance. And I do appreciate you spending your time with me here today with Timeless Energy. I will remind you that if this does not resonate, please do not make it yours. And I'm welcome to seeing any and all of you anytime you care to come and visit. Thank you very much. This is Timeless Energy. Goodbye.